Get ready for a mind-blowing journey to one of the world's most iconic mysteries, Stonehenge. With over 2 million visitors annually, you'd think everyone would know its secrets, but surprisingly, there's so much more to uncover. Scientists have been piecing together a shocking truth that challenges everything we thought we knew about this legendary site. Buckle up as we dive into the most baffling facts about Stonehenge and reveal a connection so extraordinary it'll leave you wondering. Were aliens really behind its construction? Spanning thousands of years, the story of Stonehenge is about to get a whole lot more intriguing. Buckle up, history lovers. Let's dive into the mind-blowing evolution of Stonehenge. We often picture this iconic site as a perfect circle of giant stones, but its transformation wasn't a quick or straightforward process. The journey began around 3000 BC with Phase 1, creating an epic circular ditch and bank, essentially building what we call a henge. And if that weren't enough, it was surrounded by an astonishing 56 mysterious pits known as the Aubrey Holes, leaving archaeologists to unravel their secrets. Fast forward to around 2900 BC and we're in Phase 2. Things are about to get really interesting. Imagine a massive circular structure housing an even more jaw-dropping feature, the Sarsen Circle, made up of an incredible 30 colossal standing stones, each one tipping the scales at approximately 25 tons. But that's not all, folks. Stay tuned for Phase 3 around 2500 BC, when those smaller yet equally mind-blowing blue stones make their way inside this already impressive Sarsen Circle. Get ready for a major Stonehenge revelation. You might have thought those famous stones like the altar, slaughter, and heel stone were part of the original plan, but nope, they actually came later. In Phase 4 around 1500 BC, builders from Wales brought these iconic rocks to enhance the monument. Meanwhile, beneath our feet, something even more mind-blowing was happening. The Aubrey Holes, those mysterious pits surrounding Stonehenge, were packed with human remains, a chilling reminder of the site's rich and often mysterious history. Buckle up for a fascinating archaeological tale. For about 5 centuries, from 3000 to 2500 BC, people at Stonehenge left behind an incredible legacy of cremated remains. Imagine placing loved ones' ashes in or near specific stones. That's what they did initially, potentially connecting those individuals to certain rocks within the Aubrey Holes. But as time went on, around 2500 BC, things changed. The cremations started getting scattered throughout the outer ditch, showing a shift from honoring specific ancestors to a more general connection with all their long-lost loved ones. This was a significant transformation in how these ancient people remembered and honored those who came before them. And guess what? Excavations led by William Hawley uncovered many of these cremation deposits within Stonehenge, including those hidden Aubrey Holes, the ditch surrounding it, and even its center. Fast forward to 2008, when archaeologists redug some of the sites that Hawley had collected back in the 1920s. They were amazed to find out that many of these remains got mixed together upon burial, revealing a more complex story about how our ancient friends chose to remember their past. Get ready for some mind-blowing archaeological finds. During the recent excavation, they stumbled upon an almost perfectly preserved cremation burial of a grown woman near Aubrey Hole 7 dating back to around 3090-2900 BC. This incredible discovery showed just how much Hawley missed during his initial dig. It turns out there could have been multiple layers from single cremations and different ways the remains were buried. Fast forward to 2008 when they dug up Aubrey Hole 7 again. This time they cracked open a huge secret about Stonehenge's history. By examining the bone fragments, researchers discovered at least 22 adults and 5 younger individuals, called subadults, by counting common bones like occipital bones and petrous temporal bones in different age groups. Now let's dive into some fascinating age-related revelations. The skeletal remains here contain fragments of 2 pubic symphyses and 9 auricular surfaces, hinting at the presence of 7 more adults ranging from 15 to 49 years old. We're also seeing signs of intervertebral disc disease, osteophytosis along vertebrae, and severe wear on a molar root, which points towards mature or older adults among these remains. Examining the ratio further, we find a surprising one of adults to subadults, standing at 4.4 out of 27 identified individuals, way lower than what's expected in pre-industrial populations where child mortality rates are usually much higher. This might be telling us that there was a preference for burying only adults here at Stonehenge, unlike earlier Neolithic sites in Britain which showed different burial practices for juveniles and infants. Get ready to uncover some mind-blowing secrets about Stonehenge. Here's what's wild. When archaeologists compared the number of cremated bodies listed by Hawley with the actual bone fragments found in Aubrey Hole 7, they noticed a huge gap, implying that each burial might have had a different number of remains. This means burial practices varied across the site, and it's not just about the stones. We're talking human stories here. Estimates put the cremation burials at Stonehenge between 150 to 240 individuals, but it wasn't until recently that we even discovered this. Can you believe people's remains were buried there for thousands of years without anyone knowing? And here's another mystery. How did those massive stones end up in this incredible structure? Two types of rocks make up Stonehenge, the giant sarsen blocks forming the outer circle and the smaller, stunning blue stones creating the inner circle. Let's dive into the massive task of moving these gigantic stones. The sarsen stones, hauled from Marlborough Downs, that's around 20 miles away, are truly enormous sandstone blocks, tipping the scales at a whopping 25 tons each. Now, historians think these heavyweights were possibly pulled to their final spot using nothing but sledges and ropes. But here's the thing: it would have taken an army of 200 to 300 people if the terrain was relatively smooth. If not, they might have needed even more hands on deck. On the other hand, we have the blue stones made from dolerite and igneous rock sourced all the way from Wales' Preseli Hills, a staggering 150 miles away. These smaller guys weigh between 2 to 5 tons each, which is still no picnic, but definitely a lighter load compared to the sarsens. The big question still haunting historians: how did these massive stones make it to Stonehenge? Theories are popping up left and right, with some believing they used waterways to slide them along. Others think glaciers might have done the heavy lifting. But here's what's really puzzling: why mix sarsen and bluestone in the construction when they're from such different places? It's like choosing a smooth jazz album and a heavy metal playlist, just not a likely combo. Scientists have their ideas, but none of them fully solve this ancient mystery. The most popular theory so far is that humans dragged these gargantuan stones across land to get them to Stonehenge. The connection between astronomy and Stonehenge runs deep. We know that this iconic monument was built with incredible purpose, but what about hard proof? Let's dive into the fascinating relationship between Stonehenge and the stars. It's no secret that Stonehenge's layout mirrors the celestial ballot of our solar system. The alignment of its stones with the sun's movements during solstices is a major clue that hints at deliberate planning by its ancient builders to track these astronomical wonders. Imagine witnessing the summer solstice sunrise. The rising sun perfectly lines up with the heel stone, a colossal marker outside the main circle, as if guiding us through time. Imagine standing at Stonehenge as the sun rises on a summer morning, its golden rays peeking out behind the heel stone, signaling the start of longer days and warmer nights. This breathtaking scene is more than just pretty, it's a powerful connection to our planet's natural rhythms. And then, 6 months later, comes the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. As the sun sets along Stonehenge's central axis, it might have been seen as a reminder that even in darkness, there's hope for renewal and longer days ahead. These ancient alignments weren't just random, they were carefully planned to honor the cyclical dance of seasons, revealing the sophisticated astronomical knowledge of our ancestors. Buckle up, history detectives. The way Stonehenge lines up with celestial events shows that it wasn't just a cool structure to build, but probably served as an ancient astronomer's dream lab or calendar keeper. Tracking these cosmic occurrences was vital for our ancestors. It helped them plan the best time to plant crops, perform rituals, and celebrate seasonal festivals. Think of Stonehenge as their physical planner, keeping track of the year's progress. And here's the thing: we have no written records from back then, which means the people behind Stonehenge's creation remain a secret, lost in history due to their lack of leaving behind any notes or texts. The truth is, we have zero written records from the Stone Age about how this incredible monument came to life. It's like trying to solve a massive puzzle with missing pieces. Our earliest clues didn't show up until around 800 years after Stonehenge was built in some old medieval texts from 1130 AD. Can you imagine trying to figure out why and how something as epic as Stonehenge was created without any direct answers? That's the challenge historians face, a huge gap between when it was made and when we started writing about it. So, what do they do instead? They dive into the archaeological treasure chest, studying the site's layout, its alignment with stars and planets, and every other hint they can find to piece together the story of Stonehenge. And guess what? It's led to some pretty wild theories. Was it a cosmic calendar, a sacred meeting spot, or even a place where people came for healing or saying goodbye? The mystery surrounding this ancient monument is real. Each theory makes sense on its own, but leaves us wondering why it was built in the first place. There's no clear answer etched into the stone, so we're left piecing together the puzzle with whatever historical texts are available to us. And get this, these structures actually predate the iconic pyramids of Giza by a serious stretch of time. When we talk about the oldest structures on our planet, those majestic pyramids from Egypt are often at the top of the list, and it's no surprise why. They're seriously ancient. The incredible ancient sites we've discovered give us a front row seat to history. Pyramids like those in Egypt are packed with treasures that paint an amazing picture of life back then. It's mind-blowing how different things were compared to today. But when it comes to Stonehenge, all we have is the mysterious monument itself. That might actually be its strongest clue to just how old it really is. Believe it or not, Stonehenge blows the pyramids of Giza out of the water in age, boasting an astonishing 9,000-year history. Get ready for some serious mind-blowing facts. Stonehenge is an ancient wonder that's over 400 or 500 years old. Now, you might be wondering what makes this monumental structure so mysterious. Well, one reason is the lack of written records from the people who built it. Talk about leaving us in the dark. But surprisingly, despite this, researchers have been able to make educated guesses about its age and purpose through clever detective work. From piecing together historical theories to unearthing archaeological secrets, let's dive into what historians and archaeologists think they know about Stonehenge's construction and why it was built. Imagine being a detective trying to crack a centuries-old mystery. Well, that's exactly what scientists are doing when it comes to Stonehenge, piecing together clues from the ancient past. Written records about this iconic monument started popping up around 1130 AD, but we know for sure it was built way before then. Now, thanks to some serious tech upgrades, researchers have made a major breakthrough. They've managed to track down where some of Stonehenge's massive stones actually came from, a spot just south of the village of Lockridge in Wiltshire. This discovery is like unlocking a hidden door, revealing secrets about how these colossal structures were built and moved. And get this, new findings suggest Stonehenge might be a whopping 2 times older than the mighty pyramids. Imagine standing at Stonehenge, surrounded by towering ancient stones. But what if their layout wasn't just about aesthetics or astronomy? Researcher Stephen Waller proposes a mind-blowing theory that Stonehenge's design was actually crafted to create an auditory illusion. He put this idea to the test with a unique experiment using musical instruments strategically placed to generate sound waves, causing alternating loud and quiet zones through interference. As he strolled around these instruments, the volume of sound dramatically rose and fell due to the clashing sound waves. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. In those calm pockets, he felt an unusual sense of peace, as if protected from the noise. Let's dive into a mind-bending experiment by Waller, where volunteers walked blindfolded around ancient instruments, then sketched what they thought stood between them and the sounds. The results were trippy. Some drew circles of pillars like Stonehenge, while another even added lintels, just like the real deal. Waller thinks that our ancestors might have had a similar auditory illusion experience during rituals or gatherings, feeling like massive structures surrounded them. This could have sparked their desire to build physical structures reflecting these imagined impressions, giving birth to something truly magical. Imagine walking around Stonehenge and suddenly feeling like you're in sync with the universe. That's what Stephen Waller proposes could have happened. He thinks the ancient builders were onto an auditory illusion secret, where the stones created pockets of loud and soft sounds as you moved through them. It's like a natural acoustic shadow show, where the stone circle's design mimicked an interference pattern. But not everyone buys into this sonic theory. Archaeology professor Timothy Darvill throws in his 2 cents, saying Stonehenge might have been all about rituals and building frameworks first, with its cool acoustics just being a happy accident of construction. Imagine Stonehenge as a massive stone blueprint, replicating the framework of traditional wooden structures. This layout creates an open space perfect for ancient rituals and gatherings. Now let's dive into why the builders went to great lengths, literally to transport blue stones from far away. If acoustics were their only goal, wouldn't it make sense to use the local stones? The effort of moving these heavy stones suggests they served a deeper ceremonial purpose, and those specific stones played a key role in achieving that significance. Get ready to uncover the untold secrets of Stonehenge's epic neighborhood. The Salisbury Plain is an enormous 300 square miles in southern England, and it's packed with historical treasures that will blow your mind. This unique landscape is all about its stunning chalky terrain, a geological superstar that makes it stand out from the crowd. But what really sets this place apart is its incredible history, spanning thousands of years before Stonehenge was even built. The evidence tells us that humans have been living and thriving here for ages, with different cultures leaving their mark through various practices and traditions dating way back to the dawn of prehistoric times. Buckle up, history detectives. The Salisbury Plain is an archaeological treasure trove hiding in plain sight, packed with prehistoric secrets waiting to be uncovered. It's like stumbling upon a time capsule filled with ancient artifacts that paint vivid pictures of our ancestors' daily lives, spiritual practices, and the way they structured their societies. Beyond the iconic Stonehenge, this landscape is bursting with clues about human occupation, burial mounds, forgotten settlements, mysterious religious sites, and ceremonial hotspots. As we dig deeper, we'll witness the evolution of societies and cultures spanning thousands of years. It's a real-life journey through time. Imagine being able to travel back in time and witness how early humans interacted with their environment. The special blend of rocks that makes up this region has helped preserve clues about ancient civilizations, from their traditions to how they connected with nature. Even before Stonehenge was built, there were hints at something much older. 3 gigantic wooden pillars around 10,000 years old standing tall. These massive structures likely held spiritual or ceremonial importance, marking the area as sacred for thousands of years until the famous stone monument took center stage. Fast forward to 2014 when researchers embarked on a groundbreaking 4-year adventure, completely transforming our understanding of this incredible archaeological site. Get ready for a mind-blowing tool, ground-penetrating radar, or GPR. This tech shoots powerful radar pulses deep into the ground like a super-powerful sonar system. When these pulses hit hidden surprises like buried stones, weird soil layers, or even secret rooms, they bounce right back up to the surface. Super cool instruments called GPR detectors pick up these echoes and create an underground map of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. This means experts can find hidden structures without digging a single hole, revealing secrets this ancient structure has been hiding for centuries. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about LiDAR, light detection and ranging. It's like having a superpower for mapping our planet. Using laser beams, LiDAR technology bounces light off the Earth's surface, calculating how long it takes to return, kind of like a game of cosmic catch. This data is then used to create incredibly detailed 3D models or maps of any terrain, and the best part, it can see through obstacles like trees or buildings, revealing hidden secrets in our surroundings. Get ready for some mind-blowing tech. Magnetometers are the unsung heroes of archaeology. They can sense changes in our planet's magnetic field, caused by hidden treasures beneath our feet. Think ancient stone walls or old fired clay structures. These buried relics emit a unique signal that magnetometers pick up like a secret messenger. But that's not all. Electrical resistivity tomography is another cool tool that works like an underground X-ray. It sends electric currents into the ground and listens for how much resistance it meets, giving archaeologists a 3D picture of what's hidden beneath their feet. Get ready to uncover some serious secrets from beneath our feet. It turns out that different types of dirt or sediment can actually change how electricity flows, helping us spot hidden treasures like buried buildings or special areas with unique materials. With cool tools like ground-penetrating radar, LiDAR, and magnetometry, archaeologists and scientists can peek under the ground without digging, giving them super detailed pictures or maps that reveal what's really hiding underneath. By combining these non-destructive methods, researchers can piece together ancient landscapes, find lost structures, and even locate entire archaeological sites without disturbing any of the fragile historical pieces they've discovered. This has led to some mind-blowing revelations about Stonehenge. It wasn't just a solo superstar, but rather part of an epic network of sacred spaces. And with more shrines and ancient buildings popping up all over the place, we're learning that this area was actually a super vibrant and intricate spiritual hub. Imagine a place so shrouded in mystique that it sends chills down your spine just thinking about it. Welcome to Salisbury Plain. This isn't just any ordinary landscape, it's home to one of Earth's most incredible mysteries, Stonehenge. And trust us, the more you dig into this enigma, the wilder things get. But here's the kicker: beyond Stonehenge lies a treasure trove of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Mysterious relics from the Romans are hidden within its grounds. Talk about a blast from the past. As we unravel the layers of history at Stonehenge, we're not just dealing with one fascinating story, we're piecing together centuries of diverse cultures coming together in this very spot. Take the Wilsford G8 barrow, for instance. This ancient burial ground has given us an unparalleled glimpse into life 4,000 years ago, revealing intricate pendants and beads alongside fossils that will leave you awestruck. Get ready to uncover some mind-blowing secrets. The treasures buried alongside this ancient woman reveal the super high level of craftsmanship and innovative tech skills of our ancestors. These incredible artifacts show us just how talented and creative these long-lost artisans were, pushing boundaries and raising the bar. And here's a cool twist: Roman coins found near Stonehenge prove that even in ancient Rome's golden age, this mystical site was still a major hotspot, drawing visitors from far and wide. It's clear that the Romans saw Stonehenge as more than just a curiosity. It might have held deep cultural significance or been an awe-inspiring wonder. Fast forward to the medieval times. We're talking pottery, stones, and even gold objects popping up at this iconic site. This tells us that people never lost their fascination with Stonehenge, continuing to visit, interact, and leave behind pieces of themselves throughout history. Get ready to blow your mind as we dive into the heart of Stonehenge's mystique. The incredible artifacts scattered across this site paint a picture of an ever-changing landscape, reflecting the medieval era's complex cultural, social, and economic vibes. But here's the kicker: their presence only adds to the enigma. Some crazy theories suggest that aliens might have had a hand in shaping Stonehenge, but let's get into something even more mind-bending. Many believe the precision and alignment of these massive stones are so advanced they couldn't have been achieved by our ancient ancestors with the tech they had back then. It's like, how did they move and place these multi-ton monoliths without some seriously high-tech machinery or a little help from beyond our world? The mystery of Stonehenge is still shrouded in secrecy, leaving room for wild theories. Because we don't have clear records or details on how this ancient wonder was built, people started wondering if our ancestors just weren't capable of pulling off something so massive. And voila, the idea that aliens might have lent a hand began to take shape. But let's not forget, there are still some major questions surrounding Stonehenge. Like what it was actually used for, how they moved those giant stones into place, or the deeper meaning behind its design. It's this lack of clarity that sparks all sorts of out-of-this-world ideas. What do you think? Did aliens help build Stonehenge? The age-old question, did ancient humans have some extraterrestrial assistance, or was it their ingenuity that brought about those groundbreaking discoveries? Let us know your thoughts, aliens or no aliens. Share your opinions with us in the comments. If you're loving this content, be sure to hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing videos just around the corner.